Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saleem Siddiqui and thanks for watching Hot Conflict. We're continuing on with playing around with the pen on the whiteboard. You know, it's been really hot the last few weeks, really intense heat all over the news. And so the other day I went with my kids to the water park and they were going down the water slides and they had this really interesting slide called the hydrofuge. It's kind of fun. You start at the top and you slide down and then you get to this bowl-shaped thing. And when you come down the slide, you spin around and then the bowl drops you through this hole into a dunk pool at the bottom. So you come swinging around and you go down this spinning little vortex or funnel and then you plop out right here and you come either head first, swinging down at high speed, shooting down. I started to look at this pattern there as I'm staring down at my kids going down from the top, coming up the stairs here and climbing up the ladder. Then you slide down and I'm sitting there wondering, looking at this pattern and thinking about this little funnel pattern, this little vortex that gets built as you slide down. And it started to make me think about some of the things that we do here and some of the things that we talk about. Of course, the last episode that we talked about some of the relations of ascension and sacred sites and stuff like sacred geometry or triangles or circles or squares. Of course, today we're going to be talking about some more interesting concepts and specifically talking about this concept of the vortex or the funnel. The idea that there's a spiral nature. There's a spinning portal, StarGate. Sometimes that concept is known as a spiral or an opening, and sometimes it's also depicted in a spiral fashion like that, right? This swinging down. A spiral pattern. Now it made me start to think about the idea that different places on the earth have different energies. Our concept before was that we said that the pyramids are built on certain concepts of energy and that lines extend throughout the earth from these points and that energy resonates, right, from the pyramids. So now we're looking at the earth and we're seeing that different places have different resonances and maybe even certain places anchor certain resonances and then that resonance pattern gets locked in on the earth. So now we're starting to see that certain places can hold certain frequencies, almost like, you know, you have your little cars. And when you're looking at the tires here, sometimes when we think of wheels or tires, it's important for us to understand that when you go to get your car fixed, you go to get your tires, you know, you get a hole in your tire or flat, you get a new tire, get your wheels realigned, that when you're looking at the wheel itself and you've got your center hub, there's sometimes these little pegs that they put in so that when the wheel spins and spins around and you're driving your car, these act as alignments for the spin or the rotation of the wheel to make sure that the wobble doesn't affect your alignment and that you're going straight consistently down the road. So perhaps it is true that certain places have certain resonances or act as stabilizers for the very earth and change the actual frequencies. So is it possible that when we think of the sun and then the various planets and orbiting around the central sun, we tend to see this pattern of spin, and we've got various other planets and orbits and different patterns going on, we tend to think of everything in a spinning motion. Of course, everything runs its course, the sun, the moon, the day and night. Everything has its natural set functions. Yet we are those who do not go based on calculations. We tend to specifically look for the visual sighting, whether it be the sun, the moon, or any of the other things. We do not use calculations. We actually have to go take the visual sighting, whether it be the prayers 5 times a day or the months of the lunar calendar, Ramadan coming up very soon, inshallah.